Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is David Novak. There he is. So I'm going to do something which I have not done for a while. Open a package. Everybody loves the opening of a package online. If you have been following my comment section real closely, you might have an inclination of what this is. Dear, this is so hard to do. Oh my. Well, so far it looks good. Just got the first glimpse. And I did a video very recently in which I showed all the things in my Amazon cart, saved for later. Can I back up a little bit? Yeah, it looks good to me. And man, they are perfect, I think. I just went with the cheapest price that I could find. I have 1933 to 1941 and 1942 to 1945. There's a reissue of these books, plus there is a third one. The second book has a different title, and the covers are really nice for this set of 3 books, and I would really have preferred to have gotten that, a set of 3 paperbacks, but this was my typical case of $5 with free shipping, so that's what I went with. Actually, each of these was $5. The same vendor happened to have both of them, and they look pretty good. For Jennifer, it says. Yeah, I think this was Random House. I mean, built pretty sturdily. Niall Ferguson on the back. So I have no real intentions of reading this stuff. Let's see what it says. But I wanted to check them out. An occasional viewer of my channel, P. Krebs, has been reading this. The story of the Klemperers in Berlin, I believe, during the Second World War. And we shall see how things go in my country, the United States, but it may be some sort of preparatory material for dealing with things not being normal in society if things go the way our current administration and our current occupant would like things to go. So we could see an internal emigration, as it were. The publication of Victor Klemperer's secret diaries brings to light one of the most extraordinary documents of the Nazi period. In its cool, lucid style and power of observation, said the New York Times, it is the best written, most evocative, most observant record of daily life in the Third Reich. I Will Bear Witness is a work of literature as well as a revelation of the day-by-day horror of the Nazi years. So I don't know if I will schedule this at some point. I've said before that I don't have any great desire to be reading stuff about World War II, but I thought I would show you some stuff. When I was a kid, and I'm talking about first year of high school, I think, I came across a little mass market paperback of this book, Total War, and it looked real interesting, and I just couldn't penetrate it. I have never been a strong reader, and it was above my head, to be sure. And so looking it up, I figured out that it's actually one of two books. So here's the second book, and I'm thinking possibly for Historathon's final quarter this year. Historathon is a booktube event where we read history books. Anybody can read whatever they like. The only little criteria is that the year has been subdivided into 4 parts, 4 quarters, and each quarter is allotted a certain period of time, and the final quarter is the most nearly contemporary as far as history, and I don't read very much of that sort of thing. And while I've been trying to become a better reader, I'm into my 4th year now, so it's been 3 years and 1 month. Whenever I tackle and accomplish a long-standing, I don't know what you would call it, a long-standing aspiration, not that it really was an aspiration at the time, but a long-standing curiosity, I feel real good about it. And so I'm thinking of this seriously because I never actually have read anything about the Second World War outside of the concentration camps. And I'm going to backtrack that too in a second. I have a few books on my plate, and maybe if I read Total War and I'm very enthusiastic about it, I can pick out one of these other books. I've often thought about this one. I'm not sure when I picked it up, but I really would like to read this. Friedrich Reich might seem an unlikely rebel against Nazism. Not just a conservative, but a rock-ribbed reactionary, he played the part of a landed gentleman, deplored democracy, and rejected the modern world outright. To Reich, the Nazis were ruthless revolutionaries in Gothic drag, and helpless as he was to counter the spell they had cast on the German people, he felt compelled to record the corruptions of their rule. The result is less a diary than a sequence of stark, astonishing snapshots of life in Germany between 1936 and 1944. So I think it would complement this very nicely if I do decide to do it. Apparently it's a diary. But I have a couple of books pertaining to the concentration camps, and I've shown this one before. This seems like the book to read. And I also have this, which I picked up when I visited the Holocaust Museum in Chicago. Well, actually, I think it's in Evanston or Skokie, probably Skokie. And just picked it up. This sounds very interesting. A lot of people on BookTube have read it and speak highly of it. But I'm not sure how much I want to read. I've read other things about the concentration camps, how much I want to read that. But we'll see if I do indeed make the 4th quarter of Historathon a World War II focus. 3 years ago, in August of 2022, I did read When Time Stopped by Ariana Newman. about her father, who was Jewish and hid in plain sight, so to speak, in Berlin. He concealed his Jewishness, and she had not known about her father's past. And so it is less a story of his trials and tribulations in Berlin, although they are included and touched upon, than it is her story of coming to terms with her father's secret past. So it did not quite live up to my hopes for it, because I really wanted to find out about how things went for him in Berlin. And so that's one of the reasons why, when I heard about this set of diaries, I thought that it might be a good bet for me. So we shall see. And I was looking all over for this a couple of days ago. Well, a couple of weeks ago, actually. Couldn't find it. And then I found it while I was looking for my Holocaust books. And I don't think I'm going to read this at all, but I've been reading, I am in the middle of The Jesuits in North America by Francis Parkman. And I thought it might be well to use that as a springboard to becoming better acquainted with the founder of the Jesuits. I've had this book for a long time. Just one of those things you pick up because you find it for a song, and I would never consider reading this, but we shall see. So let me do a stack of these books. Maybe that'll be good. And then I will just leave that go. So I was just here to show you my package. I am delighted to have these books, although, as I say, I would much rather have had the set of 3 in paperbacks, which would not have occupied so much space as these. So this is 400 pages. And this is, well, about 500 pages. They're both about 450 pages, so 900 pages. Lovely, lovely copies, though. But I don't know what I'm going to do with any of that. So I will let you go. Thank you very much for stopping by my channel, and stay tuned. Perhaps I will get to these items later in the year.